Morning.
Morning, Steve.
Morning, Steve.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Fantastic. How about yourself?
About the same. Got your snowblower ready?
It's all ready.
There you go. Is Bill going to do it for you?
I wish.
Tell him to go to work.
Actually, Steve may do mine.
Well, he is younger.
Darren will do it. Darren will do it.
There you go.
There you go. Let me tell you something, Steve. By the time the kids should be doing that work for you, they won't be home anymore.
Oh, I know. Instead of helping us talk about going skiing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. I just saw the update. Now they're talking up to 24 inches.
Jeez.
Oh, great.
That's what I thought, too. Pat Brandenburg just had it on the National Weather Service.
It's not supposed to start till tomorrow afternoon, though, now, it looks like.
Well, that's what, from what they said.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Pat.
Like that.
Yeah.
Morning, Pat.
Morning, Bill.
I think we lucked out, though. We got the leaves, about 99% of the leaves are up.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. About 10 years ago, they were out there with front end loaders trying to get them up frozen.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
What a mess that was.
Steve, I like your backdrop.
You like that?
Oh,
Yeah, I do.
I just tried to do that. Like, none of them came up. I don't know.
No comment.
Yeah, I'm just going to let it go.
Hey, I admit when it comes to computers, I'm challenged.
Keep admitting more stuff.
I knew I opened myself up when I said that.
That's what are you going to do in a small town?
I'm surprised.
Checking in before the snowstorm.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Like, I got guys here lifting 2 concrete around the pool that sunk in. And I'm surprised they can still do it in this weather.
Jeez.
They just pump some stuff in and lift the whole slab up to where it's equal with the pool again.
Oh, wow. Is that around the pool decking, Bill?
Yeah, there's 2 sections that sunk of concrete, and they just drill a hole, inject this stuff in it, and it lifts the whole slab up, even with the pool again.
That's neat.
Yeah, so's the price.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Bill, did you get my email?
Yes, I responded to it.
Okay, I just got up right now, so.
Yeah, when we're done with these meetings, give me a call.
I'll give you a ring.
Yeah, okay, good.
Morning, John.
Morning, Tom.
How are you this morning?
You're older.
Yeah. I know your pain.
Are we missing anybody here?
I
think you're good to go, Tom.
You're good to go.
Got
And
everybody?
Hey, Jody. I didn't see Jody. Hi, Jody.
Good morning. Yeah, I just joined.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Jody.
I didn't see Jody.
And
Fred, there's Jody.
Fred Levering is sitting in.
Fred's here. Keith. Guess we got everybody. Okay. Steve, you got the best background this morning again. That's good.
Yep.
All right. We'll call the meeting to order for the Personnel Committee for December 15th. And I guess we will check and see who's here, Melissa.
Okay. Tom Boucher,
Here.
Tom Mole,
Here.
John Woodward,
Here.
Steve Brunner,
Here.
Jody Menon.
Here.
Okay. And guests. All right, public comment. If any.
Yes, good morning. How are you today? I have placed this again. Melissa, do you have those things? I put them in a haste. I have a letter from Craft Code signed by Jason Holmgren.
Wait. Does this have to do with personnel, Mr.
Yes. Well, they're your people.
Well,
They're your people.
the topic
And it has to do about, and
topic seems to be infrastructure, though.
no, sir. It has to do with incompetence of your people that you employ.
All right, well,
May I please finish my speech, please?
the clock's ticking. Oh,
If I may interrupt, Craft Code is a contractor. They're not an employee of the borough.
Okay, so how do we deal with that? Is Michelle an employee of the borough?
Well, she is, but
Well, then it goes to her.
but it's addressed to you, it says.
It is, may I please finish? Or we want to go again back and forth? Is that a new tactic that you keep interrupting?
No, it's not
Okay.
a tactic at all. You interrupt too, so don't go down that road. All right. So, Mr. Hartman, does this fit in with personnel?
well, so far I haven't heard anything which is within the jurisdiction of the Personnel Committee. Craft Code is a contractor, not an employee. They're not under the Personnel Committee. And the subject matter of the letter, I believe, has to do with enforcement of some kind of property maintenance type regulation, which is under the jurisdiction of the Infrastructure Committee. So, Mr. Jadek, I would ask you to try to quickly tell us why this is appropriate for the Personnel Committee.
Because it has to do with personnel. So first of all, I don't know how to treat Kraft, but definitely Michelle is an employee of the borough. And this is something that has been going on for a long time, that we are not enforcing our own codes. And we are actually spreading lies, saying that this is not, like it said here, because I have received this from Michelle, the same language, so I assume this is throughout the borough. And it's clearly there was,
I'm going to stop this because I think it goes to infrastructure, which is fine. And if you want to bring it up there, terrific. Or at council meeting, but I don't think this has to do specifically with personnel here in a roundabout fashion.
So the fact that we have people who
you can bring that up under infrastructure or at council.
So what type of complaint can I have against the personnel?
Well,
Other than if incompetence is not a problem. So you tell me that me complaining about the incompetence of one of your employees is not a personnel issue.
Okay, my chairman, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Jadek, the way I look at this is the subject matter of your concern relates to things that are within the responsibility of the Infrastructure Committee. There is no incompetence unless there's a determination made that there is some deviation from enforcement of town or borough regulations or some violation of borough policy. So I would say you need to persuade the Infrastructure Committee that this letter is inconsistent with the enforcement of borough regulations before it would become a personnel matter that there's some problem with the the competence of the personnel. So I think you need to bring this topic to infrastructure first, and only if there's some problem that is identified at that committee would it be appropriate for it to be a personnel committee discussion.
Mr. Hartman.
Yeah.
One other thing, there's no date on that letter.
Okay, I can barely see the letter, so I'm not sure even what it says.
I don't see any date on it at all.
Yeah, that's a problem with Kraft. I just received the letter probably less than a week ago.
I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just saying I don't see a date on there at all.
And I think this is something probably that you guys need to talk to Kraft Code so that they bring their, it's clearly signed and this is the person, and that they produce valid documents.
No,
It's a very good observation. You're right. There is no date on it.
okay.
But it says that the only date is it's the date of the inspection. It's October.
I see that on there. I see it. Okay, well, I prefer, and I'm going to ask that you bring it to infrastructure and or the regular council meeting if you have a complaint like that. That's fine.
It's fine. I thought it was something that we keep having.
I know.
And it has to do, because the next screen was the black and white, the documentation, which contradicts what he says here.
Okay, well, I have one other comment, and then we're going to move on, and that is that I have discussed this with Mr. Brandenburg, the manager, about some things with Kraft and what they're doing and everything, and it needs to be reviewed. The whole thing needs to be reviewed, and we're on to that. And Mr. Brandenburg, you know that's on the plate. We've discussed it at length about, taking a closer look at everything there so that things like Mr. Jadik is talking about are either, dealt with, in a fashion that everybody in the borough can be happy with. So, or satisfied with, I guess is better.
Well, I appreciate your words, because really this is long overdue doing something about that path.
It's on the list. It is on the list. I guarantee you that. You will hear more about it in the future, or near future, I should say.
Okay, sir. It's fine. I appreciate. We'll talk at infrastructure then. Thank you.
Good. All right. Okay. Anyone else in the public on there, Melissa?
I don't see anybody.
Okay. All right, then we will move into executive session for some personnel issues, and then we will come back to adjourn, because we'll have to make a public a vote on some of those issues. Mr. Hartman, that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so Melissa, you will call Mr. Jadik when we're ready to come back.
I will do that. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. See ya. Okay. All right, everybody back? Looks like it. Okay, my name's Tom. Okay. All right, we're back in the public session, and executive session was in regards to personnel issues, and we will now take public, where are we here? Agenda item.
Before you go anywhere, I have an objection based on Sunshine Act, Mr. President. Paragraph 710.1, public participation, says that shall provide you, whatever, it's a long story here, shall provide a reasonable opportunity at each advertised regular meeting and advertised special meeting for residents of the political subdivision, blah, 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 to comment on, where is, I lost the, yes, for those to comment on matters of concern, official action, deliberation that may or may not be before you take any action. So there are two things here. Number one is you keep interrupting me, blocking what I have to say. Today you stopped me up to the first sentence. You didn't even understand what the subject was about. I don't see where I can complain about discrimination other than personnel meeting. And Mr. Hartman, I don't think I need the blessing of the infrastructure to complain about discrimination. Discrimination is discrimination. And it's a personnel matter. Yeah, you can talk about if it's craft or not craft, but borough personnel is borough personnel. That's first thing. Second thing, I complained before about the fact that we are not allowed as public to comment before you take action. And just like today, there is nothing on the agenda, nothing. You're going to vote, from what I understood, or maybe you're not, but if you're going to vote, you have to allow the public to comment before the vote, unless you have presented those actions or proposals within the agenda so that the person can comment at the beginning of the meeting. If you don't do this and your agenda has 2 rows, 3 rows, whatever you put there, how are we supposed to dream at the beginning of the meeting, what are you going to take the action about? What is the subject of the action? How are we going to comment on your action? So either you bring your stuff with the agenda so we know and we can comment, or the moment you put something on the screen and you propose something for the council, or at the council you do something, you allow the public to comment. This is the law, and it's clear cut here, Mr. Hartman, paragraph 710. You know, we have the same book, both of us, right? That's where it is. So I think that I agree. I applaud you for, trying to make the rules, but let's make the rules by the law, and that makes sense. We need to be able to comment before you take action. It says black on white here. Thank you very much.
All right. If I may, Chairman, in response to by Mr. Jadik, the way I look at the situation is the actions of council first come from committees, and the committees make deliberations and then make recommendations to council. So when you observe the committee meetings, you are receiving information and you have an opportunity to raise questions about what you've heard at committee meetings before there is any official action taken by council on the recommendations from the committee. So where we have a situation like the personnel committee agenda that you see here, you have the opportunity to to have public comment at the council meeting about something that may come up right now from this committee meeting. So I don't think you need to have advance notice of what may be discussed by the committee, so long as it is the council that's taking the official action.
And I understand that, but what I read here is that any meeting, whether it's regular or special or whatever, you have to allow for the residents to make comment. And that's why I was saying, in that particular case, if that's the case, when you present now, before voting, you should allow us a say. This is how I read this paragraph, because this does not relate solely to the council meeting. It says any meeting.
Yeah,
That's what it says here.
You're right.
So before you vote at that particular meeting, so you're going to present now some proposal for the council. So before you vote, you have to allow. I'm not going to interrupt, and probably most of the time people don't interrupt. But as a matter of principle, you have to allow the public to say, "Hey, I think that your proposal to the council should be like that." If we leave this until the council and we only have 5 minutes, it's not going to happen. We cannot do this in 5 minutes. Nobody can make a comment on this and on that and on that and on that in the 5 minutes before the council meeting. So I don't think there is a practical way for us here to work this thing. And like I said, I don't see this law relating just to the council meetings. That's my opinion.
No, you have public
Okay.
comment at every committee meeting.
Okay, we're taking.
We do, but like I said,
his
we
information.
need to know what to comment about.
We're taking his information. We have it. Chris, you can evaluate if you need to evaluate it any further and let us know. And we will now move on. Mr. Brunner, we're looking at a motion here to take care of our.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to adopt the increases for both the hourly and salary non-unionized employees, including the borough manager rates for 2021, as discussed.
All right. Is there a second
Second.
from the committee? Jody?
Yeah, that was a motion to recommend to council. Is that right, Steve?
Correct.
Yes. We start the.
Yes, second.
Okay. Thank you. All right. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the ayes have it, and so ordered. Okay, and I believe that was all that we needed then for the public portion of the meeting. And we will now adjourn and take care of business from here on. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.